Yo, what's going on, everybody? It should be OY between the game sports. Just wanted to get this off my chest. It seems to be a disconnect with our black community and having star-powered coaches such as a Deion Sanders. I really don't think people understand and how important. I don't think HBCUs understand how important Coach Sanders is to the plight of the HBCUs. Now, here is a man who could have done anything. He's a great, great TV personality. He was involved in his son's career and all this other good stuff. And he's on TV a lot. And he's doing a lot of great things. And he decided to go back to HBCU in Jackson State in the SWAC. And then you got people who don't want to see him succeed, especially in the black community. I just don't get it. I'm not understanding it. We got to do better as a group in supporting guys who are willing to go back and help our young black men. And then the excuse is, well, he didn't go to HBCU. I didn't either. And I wish I can go back in time and do it again, because I sure enough would have went. There was so much that I missed out on as a black man going to a different type of a college, and I wish I could have got that experience. But that's neither here nor there. HBCUs need Coach Deion Sanders to be successful. You got other guys who are following his lead. You have Eddie George, who's at Tennessee State. There's another guy, I can't think of his name right now, but these dudes are trying to push a bigger picture. They are trying to paint a better picture for young men and HBCUs everywhere. So I just wanted to say that they deserve to get all the praise that they need to get, and not all of the criticism. And this kind of stems from the backlash that Coach Deion Sanders got for making the statements of why the SWAC won't put players' names on the back of their jerseys. And he did a press conference about it, and people are nitpicking about him calling the kids babies and mama and them and stuff like that. Hey, I really like the original, the authenticity, if I'm saying that correctly, excuse me if I'm not, authentic nature of Coach Sanders. He's just being himself. He's not doing anything he hasn't done his whole career. And people are giving him backlash about wanting to have players' names on the back of their jerseys. And I don't understand it. Why is that such a big deal? And they don't like him, calling out ESPN. Like, he called out ESPN after their win against FAMU on last Saturday about why he couldn't see other HBCU scores across the bottom ticker. And he said it doesn't cost a thing. It really doesn't, because ESPN has those type of resources. I appreciate those who are jumping in and out of the chat. Man, we're just discussing Coach Sanders and his importance to HBCUs everywhere. We need him to be successful. We need him to be great. We need him to follow up on everything that he's been speaking on. And I really believe that he believes everything that he says. I don't think he's doing this without a plan, without a purpose. There has to be a bigger reason behind it. I don't fully understand it myself just yet, but I can see what he's trying to do. If you're in here, please hit the like button, share it with somebody. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, hit that bell button. Man, we're going in about Coach Deion Sanders being successful at Jackson State, and this is stemming from his upcoming game against Eddie George and his coaching staff and his Tennessee State Tigers, I believe. They play this Saturday in the Heritage Classic, Southern Heritage Classic. So I just wanted to say we want to wish both of them brothers success. And I seen comments and I seen it across the internet talking about, well, that game against FAMU, it was terrible. There was no offense. I actually enjoyed that game. I really did. There was so much to be seen. There was so much to understand about it, the importance of it. And people don't understand that game was on at 2 o'clock on a Sunday on a primetime network of ESPN. And the ratings were through the roof. I've heard that it was the second most watched game that weekend with over 700,000 viewers. Think about that for a second. 700,000 plus viewers for a HBCU in Jackson State and FAMU. That's incredible. This is what I call the primetime effect. I did a video on this a couple of months ago. Nobody was paying attention to Jackson State or HBCUs across America. And now you got everybody wanting a piece of the action. They play this weekend on ESPN3. It is not, ESPN or ESPN2, but it's still on ESPN. And if I can find it, I will be watching it and I will be discussing it. I really, really like what the direction that Coach Sanders is trying to go with this. He's showing these young black males that you can do it both ways. You can be brash, you can be fancy and flashy and all these other things, and you can still do it the other way and be articulate, be understanding how to hold a conversation, holding yourself accountable. I'm just with it, man. It's just, what is wrong with this? Somebody please tell me. HBCUs need Coach Sanders more than they know. It says, I read an article, I can't remember what it was. It says that Coach Sanders is a top recruiter right now. And you can see what he got on in the transfer portal on his defensive line right now, on his defensive side of the ball. I heard that they had 3 or 4 starters that didn't even play last weekend, and they was transfers from high majors, from Power 5 conferences. And people are really out there saying that he can't get it done. What is him saying? He wants kids' names on the back of their jerseys. He wants HBCUs across the board to have a better representation, to have better facilities. What is wrong with that? It's so disappointing for me to hear this and see this from people and not wanting to see Coach Sanders be successful as a coach. They're hoping he fails. And what they don't really understand about the man is he's been going through this kind of stuff since day one. He was the first cornerback to demand high praise and high money. He said he was going to do it, and he got it done. Changed the position in the NFL forever. One of the first dudes to have his name, image, and likeness kept to himself because he was so good. And we don't want to see him be successful as a head coach at a black university. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. Him and Eddie George they're not going to be the last of their kind to be a high quality player in the NFL and then come back home to a black university, a black college, and try to coach. They're not going to be the last. And what I'm hoping is that this is not a trend for people. I'm hoping that other coaches are, I'm just gonna get in and promote my name and get some fame off of this. I don't think Coach Sanders is doing that because he already has the fame. He already had the name. Please hit that like button for jumping in. Please subscribe. Please hit that bell button for notifications. I'm sorry I get tongue-tied sometimes. I'm human, but it is what it is. Again, we're discussing how important Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Primetime is to HBCUs across America. In my opinion, is why not? Why not think he can go in there and change the culture, the dynamics of the thought process of other people about HBCUs? And what's crazy is if you look in the NFL Hall of Fame, there are numerous of players who played in the SWAC, the HBCUs across America, and who are in the Hall of Fame, who had great careers. Jerry Rice is one. Michael Strahan is one. And there are plenty of others. So we got to get this out of our head that we can only go to Power 5 schools and be successful when it's been done before. Well, them athletes of the past, they didn't go to HBCUs. Okay, so what? They're trying to change it now. And it should be more and more young athletes in high school searching out HBCUs. One, because it will give you a inside look of your heritage, or why you do some of the things you do. It gives you a chance to learn about your culture from an inside perspective. And then the other thing is now you have a chance to own your name, image, and likeness. So you can easily go down to Jackson State, Texas Southern University. There's Lane College. You got Bethune-Cookman. You got FAMU. All these schools. Prairie View A&M. Shout out to PV. Not too far from Houston. Yeah, you can go there, play, and you can get sponsored off your name, image, and likeness. So it's not like it's not there anymore. Yeah, I'm ranting, man, but I just people had me mad, man. Man, I hope Coach Deion, I hope they don't get nothing. I hope they lose. Why would you want that? Just to be a troll? Just to kind of go against the grain? We can't do that no more. We have to be supportive and understanding. Why don't some of these folks get out there and try to, research Coach Sanders and understand what he's trying to do, instead of so quick to judge? And I go back to them saying, man, that game against FAMU, it was boring. It wasn't no points. If you looked at the game, it was highly entertaining. The field conditions were terrible. It was raining in Miami. And for a lot of those dudes, they were nervous. And it's understandably so. It was their first time playing on national TV. First game of the year. So there's going to be some jitters. But from what I saw from the game, Shedeur Sanders, Coach Sanders' son, he played really, really well. He had 2 fumbles, but that's a learning curve he has to understand and know. But he threw, I think he was like 18 for 24 or something like that for almost 200 yards in a rainy condition. That's a true freshman. With the pressure of being not only a starting quarterback as a freshman, but the son of Deion Sanders. And he went out there and performed really, really well. FAMU, they had some struggles, but their wide receivers, you can tell, you can see what they were trying to do. Get they ball to their playmakers really, really quick and let them run for yards after the catch. But Jackson State's defense was elite. They were flying over the field, and from what I heard is both coaches said they might not see another defense like that for the rest of the year. I really, really hope a lot of people get out and try to watch this Southern Heritage Classic on Saturday on ESPN3 between Jackson State and Tennessee State. Continue to support those teams. Continue to go out there and watch those young men perform because they can play. There are players across that board. They need y'all support. They need our support. And again, I say, Coach Sanders didn't have to go back to do this. He didn't need the fame. Y'all think he's doing it for clout? He is one of the most recognizable football players ever. Not only in his era, but ever. There's a reason why his name is Prime Time. And he self-proclaimed that name to himself, but he lived up to it. I read a quote earlier that Eddie George said that he wants to bring light into the HBC world and produce talent to the NFL. That's great. That's great. That's what a college coach is supposed to do, whether he coaching at a Power 5 school or at HBCU. If his players come into his office and say, Coach, what do I need to do to get into the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball? That's what every coach should be trying to do. Because the end goal is if you can play a game for your career and get money to take care of your family, that's what it's about. Take care of your mother, your father, your brother, anybody that's important to you that's not trying to rip you off and be shady. And we got to understand that for football, for a lot of black youth, it's their way out the hood. It's their way out the hood. It's the way out of their condition that they're living in. It's the way out of their mind. A lot of athletes, they play sports because they get boggled down so much in their mind. So that sport, NFL, football, basketball, whatever it may be, is their outlet, it's their release. Appreciate those jumping in. Please hit the like button. Please share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button and the bell button. We are talking about the importance of Coach Primetime, his importance to HBCUs across America. I really don't like getting on here venting and trying to preach to folks. But I felt like it was needed. I felt like I needed to get it off my mind. And it is what it is. I just don't understand disconnect and why so many people are hating for Deion Sanders wanting more for his college. He wants more TV time. He wants players' names on the back of their jerseys. And not just his team. That's the crazy part about it. It's not just his team. He's rooting for every team in the SWAC to get names on the back of their jerseys. For anybody who's played any sport, to know that you can have your name on the back of your jersey. Oh, what a feeling. Oh, what a feeling. And we got older black alums. We got younger people trying to be trolls who don't want that to happen. And I don't understand why. If anybody would like to call in, the number is on the bottom. Please call in. We can talk. We can discuss. If you want to call in, the number's right there, 936-337-1388. Again, we are talking about the importance, the load that Coach Sanders is carrying on his shoulders to be successful in the HBCUs and how HBCUs need him to be that. Because you know what's going to happen? As soon as it fails, there's going to be plenty of people out there. I told you so. I told you so. And I'm not with that, man. I'm not. Hey, what's going on, man? Hold on, let me.
It's Ghost, man. It's Ghost, like the one.
What's
the
up?
one dude that makes fun of W, man. Just gonna call in and say, just to keep the good work on your channel, my man. I mean, if you're freaking growing and stuff. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. I'm trying. That's all we can do is try to be better.
Yeah, man. I'm calling for no West Coast and stuff, and just Hey, shit, man. I just want to say what's up and stuff, and just say that hey, man, that boy Deli needs and that boy Deli needs to go on Weight Watchers, man. So, that was very dope, boy.
Hey, man.
That was very dope, boy. But keep up the good work, man. I'm gonna be supporting you, no matter what, my man. You and the Hoop Jargon and the new media, so.
Okay, man.
I appreciate you guys. So.
All right, I do appreciate it, man. Please spread the word. That's all we're trying to do. That's about it.
Yeah, man. Get Deli on Weight Watchers down, man. You guys just tell him to come to Texas with the hometown cookout down there. Like, man. You guys be good out there, so.
He's good now. He's coaching now, so he's good, man.
All right, man. Have a good one, brother. I do appreciate your time today, man.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Just keep calling.
All right, appreciate it. That's one of my subscribers. He's good people, man, but he's always making fun of Jared Dudley. But it's a little inside thing. But I really appreciate him calling, and shout out to Shakita. That's my college classmate, saying that Coach Sanders is sitting in prison. He is. And some folks don't understand that. They are looking at it as a trend, as he did it to follow the trend or to be popular, or he didn't need any of that. Like I said, he's one of the most recognizable NFL players ever. I think he just felt something in his spirit. God may have put it on his mind to go out and do this. And there are other folks, and he only did that so he can make sure his kid played in college. Man, his kid was going to college anyway. He was a 4-star recruit. Deion Sanders, 4-star recruit, and he has all the tools to be an NFL quarterback. He's not a speedster like his father. If you watched the game last Saturday, he's not a speedster like his father. He's a decent athlete, but he has a great arm. Absolute great arm. So we need more and more people to cheer for the success of these programs. And it's okay to, what I'm trying to say, it is okay to, if it's not your team, it's okay to like, oh, they lost, okay, something of that nature. But to nitpick every little thing and dissect every little thing, that's not what it's about. Everybody has to lose. 2 teams play, somebody got to lose. But to sit there and nitpick about, man, I hope they lose every game. I hope they're not successful. They don't deserve their name on the back of their jerseys. They ain't did nothing. We got to stop that. That time is over with. We got to stop that. And I'm just ranting, but I'm 25 minutes in and I didn't even know, but I'm going off and it's people had me mad today. They really did. And look what he started. Like they said, he said, a president. This is what's happening in the basketball world and in college basketball world. I seen something where every every black lady's favorite actor right now, uh, Michael B. Jordan, he is trying to do a basketball classic, I believe, in Memphis, where he's trying to get 4 to 8 HBCU teams to come and play in a basketball classic. Do y'all think this would have happened if Coach Sanders didn't go to Jackson State? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I truly believe that Michael B. Jordan, one of the most recognizable actors, all black women love him, is trying to put on a classic during college basketball season featuring, like, I think 4 to 8 HBCUs. That's great, man. That is great. And it's a trickle down effect that's happening from Coach Sanders going over to Jackson State. And we got people out here hoping he fails. I just don't understand. I don't get it. it's I'm baffled. I'm baffled. And what's crazy to me is with the black mind becoming more observant of the world and opening up and the eyes are opening about stuff, we still got this kind of stuff happening. HBCUs needs Coach Sanders more than they know. I don't know how many times I said, man. Appreciate those that's in here. Please like, share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Eddie George is I believe he's a Heisman Trophy winner. He is a Pro Bowler. He was a Pro Bowler. And I'm sure he could have coached at any NFL team that he wanted to. But what did he decide to do? He followed in the footsteps of Coach Sanders and went to go coach at Tennessee State, where he played football at. So a lot of these young men, they might not be old enough to remember him playing, or they might have uncles, dads, aunts, mothers, whoever, cousins, who got a chance to saw him play and like what he stood for. And so now they're like, man, you know what? I want you to go to Tennessee State and go play for Coach Eddie George, because he played for your home state team and he did it the right way. He's a black male, and now he's coaching in his school in your state. So why not go there? Jackson State. Coach Sanders didn't go there, but he's coaching there now. So all them kids that's in his state or in that state, same thing. They got uncles. I know for sure they got uncles and dads who watch Coach Sanders play. Like, man, that's prime time. He's one of the best to ever do it. He's one of the most cocky dudes to ever do it. But people could not down talk of what he did because he got the job done. So I really feel that he's going to get the job done at Jackson State. I think he's going to continue to bring more and more light to the HBCUs. And I think the elders or the older alums need to get with the program and open their eyes and see what's happening. They need to see what's happening. Don't try to fight it, because if you fight it, you're going to miss the boat. I really believe they're going to miss the boat if they try to fight it. Let these young men have their names on the back of their jersey, because a lot of times now in Little League, that's what they're doing with jerseys. So Sometimes these kids are used to that. So let them have it. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with a kid wanting his name on the back of his jersey. For some, this might be their last stop to play football. So give them the best experience possible that they can have. Give them a chance. Like, you know what? When I'm done, let me have this jersey, and I can go hang it in my office, in my house, wherever they're staying at. And if they have kids, they can show their kids, like, look what dad did. Now if their child wants to be a football player, they have something to aspire to be, because that's what you want for the next generation. You want the next generation to be better than the previous generation. Just my thoughts, just my opinion. I'm gonna get ready to shut up here pretty soon, man. But it's just I want the world to understand how important Coach Sanders is to HBCUs, how important Coach Eddie George is. He's not as outspoken as Prime Time. So I believe the SWAC and HBCUs need to go ahead, fall back, and let Coach Sanders be the face of it. From my recollection, from everything I've seen so far, everything he's touched at Jackson State has been gold. When they lose, people are still talking about it. And then when they lose, what does he go up there and do at the press conference? He doesn't make excuses. He holds himself accountable for what happened. And then as a player, if you see your coach holding himself accountable to a standard, as Coach Sanders always says, let the standard be the standard. As a player, and then as a young man, you adopt that mentality. Our culture in this world, we allow excuses to be the reason all the time. My man Jim Hicks say that all the time. Don't let the excuse be the reason. So even for myself, I no longer try to live in a world of excuses. I really do. I remember when I first started this off, telling myself, man, I hate talking. Anybody that knows me personally, I hate talking. But something was in me. God came and spoke to me for my believers in Christ. He told me I can do this. Forever, I've always hated talking in public. I always hated talking on camera. But I'm out here doing it, so I stopped making excuses to go ahead and do it. So I give myself a pat on the back, but it's not enough. I'm not done yet. But this is just me giving Coach Sanders his flowers right now, because I believe the success of HBCUs and the SWAC is on his shoulders right now. At some point, he may pass that off, but I believe he has started something, and that something is going to be great. Again, just jumping into the chat, please hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, please hit that like button. Share the show. I can't get on my Facebook page, my Between the Game Sports Facebook page, for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. It's all good. But if you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, that bell button. If you're on Facebook, man, jump over to YouTube real quick, subscribe. It don't take much. All you need is an email. So back to what I was saying. There's something brewing, and it's going to be great, and it's because of Coach Sanders and the HBCUs across America need to get ready to say thank you. They need to get ready to say thank you. Because I have a lot of friends around this age. They got kids now, and even they got kids now, and even if they don't go play sports, the intrigue and the mindset of hearing about HBCUs, about Prairie View, about TSU, Texas Southern, about Tennessee State, about Florida A&M, about Southern, about Bethune-Cookman, Spelman, Morehouse, all these schools that a lot of us don't hear about in public education are now being brought to the forefront. So here's another trickle-down effect of Coach Sanders going to Jackson State. These kids may have never thought, hey, I can go to an HBCU and still get the same education, be around people that look like me, get the truth on some things that I've never been taught about. Why? Because you got people across the internet now talking about Coach Sanders and HBCUs across America. I'm with it. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Again, I wasn't expecting to go this long. I don't even like talking like that, but I appreciate those who's jumped in, man. Please, subscribe if you're on YouTube, please. I have another show tomorrow. I'm going to do a preview show. A preview show about the Southern Heritage Classic between Jackson State and Tennessee State, which is on ESPN3 Saturday. Doing another show tomorrow about that. I think at 7:20 or something like that. I will post it on the Facebook. I will post it on YouTube community. Y'all please support me. If you got a product you want to sell or anything like that, or you want me to give you a shout out, man, hit me. I'm easy to be found. I'm on all social media except for TikTok. I don't understand it. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Between the Game Sports. You can find me. I know the Cowboys game and the Bucks game is getting ready to come on, so I'm gonna let y'all go. But I just had to get that out there, and it is what it is. Y'all, please come back and review the show. If you like what I had to say, please comment, leave your thoughts, anything of that nature. If anything I can do to get better, please let me know. I'm willing to take all advice as long as it's good. But as always, as I try to lead these shows, on your best day, be better. Think about it. Until next time, Between the Game Sports, I'm out. Peace.